Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Rematch from week 1. Seattle's favored by 1? That's it. By 1 on the road.
Stafford's back, though, right?
Yeah, Matthew Stafford's back.
Yeah. Stafford has the lowest turnover-worthy play rate in the NFL this year. So Stafford has the lowest turnover-worthy play rate in the NFL this year. Second lowest. Jared Goff is 0.1 percentage points better. They both have 6 turnover-worthy plays. Matthew Stafford also has the highest big-time throw rate in the NFL this year, tied. No, he's 0.1 behind Dak now. Second highest. But he only has 8 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Like, nothing about his season makes any sense.
I'm annoyed. I mean, every year this stuff happens, but I'm annoyed by some of that stuff.
But usually it's one or the other. Like, one number is skewing in a weird direction. Stafford, both numbers are skewing way off where he's playing at the same time in opposite directions.
And again, we would always attribute those differences to luck, likeliness.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Or sometimes it can be
supporting cast.
Yeah, but he's got Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua.
But at the same time, like one of those big time, Puka Nacua has been fantastic, but one of the big time throws was a dropped touchdown.
So that's where it becomes luck as opposed to supporting cast.
It's like where it happens and everything. But the supporting cast thing, he hasn't had Cooper Kupp for half the season. Puka and Tutu, they were doing it earlier in the season, but at the same time, they're Puka and Tutu.
Yeah, Puka, Tutu, and Cooper. It's just a weird phonetic.
What?
It's just a strange sounding group of receivers.
And Matthew and Zach with a C. But we also know that the offensive line just has those games. You talk about the 45% pressure rate. There are games when they'll have an 80 pass blocking grade. There's games where they'll have a 40 pass blocking grade. And those things I think have added up.
No, definitely. It's a weird group, but there's no quarterback in the NFL right now, including everyone we talked about, Dak, Josh Allen, who has a bigger disparity between like their underlying numbers and their box score numbers than Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who has been like balling out of his mind this year, and the numbers look completely pedestrian.
So you could say
he has a passer rating of 82.
You could say PFF grades are trash. I don't believe you. This is why your grades are terrible. You could say all that stuff. You could say whatever you want. But Stafford's on pace. If he keeps up this pace, this will be his best or second best graded season.
Matthew Stafford's passer rating is worse than Desmond Ritter's.
Yeah.
And he's been playing out of his freaking mind this year. And it's not even just like, you don't like the PFF grade and the big time throws. You go watch anybody that goes like pulls out clips and going, like,
watch some of the throws.
Right. Everyone's out there on Twitter going, Matthew Stafford is playing at an absurd level.
So that's what also makes the Rams dangerous, because I think when you're trying to explain away the production, if I use the word luck, that implies that it should work the other way. And it does. Like at some point, like Stafford's going to have a 4-touchdown game and things are going to work in his favor. Or at some point, the fact that he's, I think, playing so well, you could say he's going to regress a little bit from a playing standpoint because he doesn't always play at this level. So you could work that both ways. But I think at some point, the production should match the way he's been playing.
Right. My point was not yesterday was not to like never reference luck in connection with.
No, I've taken it to heart.
No, I know that. I'm seeing that. My point was simply specific to Josh Allen. I don't think luck is a helpful term to use because his turnover-worthy plays have been bad. And it's not like he's got unlucky. A lot of times the difference between turnover-worthy plays and interceptions is like the Matt Ryan ass pick, right? Like that's unlucky. Generally speaking, players do not pick off the ball with their butt cheeks. Getting that to happen against you is an unlucky way to have more interceptions than turnover-worthy plays. Whereas Allen has been making some bad decisions with the ball, forcing it into windows that it shouldn't be, and he has been rightly picked off for them. It's just the rate at which that has happened has been unusually high and probably due to variance as opposed to getting unlucky.
All right, well said. You're right.
Thank you.
Boye Mafe has been tearing it up as a pass rusher for Seattle.
Yep.
Again, I feel like Seattle has that defensive line now that is capable of big games when they have the advantage against the opposing offensive line. Maybe not against the Niners, maybe not against the Eagles, but against a team like the Rams, I think the Seahawks can have some success now.
Rams receivers, comedy names though they have, going up against Seattle's defensive backs, I think is a fun matchup. Witherspoon, Reek Woolen. Like those guys going up against Puka Tutu and Cooper, I think is a fun matchup.
You just name name analysis right now.
Oh, now I am. I mean, that's now I'm going to be using that a lot.
All right, man. Where are you going with this one? Seattle at 6-3, man, sitting atop the NFC West with the 49ers.
Yeah. I'll go with Seattle winning and covering.
I'll take the Rams to cover again. I think they surprised us in week 1. I like this matchup with Seattle. They match up well with the Seahawks.